What's up? I'm Dan Random, and today I'm going to change the transmission mount in my 1994 Acura Integra. Now, this model happens to be an automatic LS. So this is what the mount looks like here. And I don't know if you can see the little cracks on it. Yeah, they're pretty obvious. And I believe this is even sagging a little bit. So I have a new transmission mount here that I filled with 3M windshield adhesive. I've done this before and it actually holds up really well. I was having trouble finding polyurethane mounts or inserts or anything for this particular bushing for an automatic, so I decided to just buy a new one and make it better. If you're interested in doing the same thing, just get yourself a tube of this. Just please be careful, read all the instructions, use in a ventilated area, don't get it on your hands, wear gloves, etc. NASCAR performance. So first you just have to take off these two 17mm nuts. Then this bolt here that goes through and is threaded to the actual bracket here, so you don't need to take off a nut or anything on this side. Just remove this 17mm bolt. And with the other two out, this one should come out easily. We actually have to take off a bolt here to release these two lines to move them slightly out of the way to allow this to pass through. So let me just get a 10mm for this. And now that you have some movement here, we can get this mount out. There we go. As you can see, this is in pretty rough shape. It's not broken or anything, but you can definitely feel when it shifts into fourth gear, the transmission feels like it's going a little bit. So I also have to change my rear motor mount. I already replaced this one with an insert upgrade that I was able to get from Energy Suspension. And I replaced the two torque mounts with just OEM regular ones, so they're in good shape. So I just needed to get this transmission one finished. Now let's get our bolt back through here. Let me use two hands. There we go. Now let's just tighten this up. And get our nuts back in place. Just tighten these nuts down. Double check both. And that's it. Then put everything else back together that you took apart. The bolt for these lines, I have a cheap cold air intake here, so I just got to put that tube back together and I'm done. I've been driving the car around now for about 2 days, and And I'll have to say, the transmission feels way better with that new transmission mount. Now I still have to get that back mount done, which I'm sure it will feel even better after I do that. But for now, I'm glad I got this done at least.